and welcome to another YouTube video. We are getting ready to get a pretty significant snowstorm with some ice where I am, so I am going to take you through my day of how I prep to get ready for the storm and a little bit of how we handle the storm as it comes in. The first thing that I do is top off my hay supply. I want to make sure that I've got plenty of hay to last through the storm. I always want to keep hay in front of the horses as the temperatures drop because that not only helps keep them warm, it also helps keep them entertained and out of trouble as the snow and ice start to come down and their play area is a little limited. And yes, I am over 40 and have spent the past 40 years not listening to my body, so I've got a bad back and I'm gonna put a little wrap on to make sure that I protect it as I put away all this hay. And while we're on the topic of feed, I just want to make sure that all of my supplements and feed is all stocked up so I don't run out in case I get snowed in or iced in. Next task on the agenda is to make sure that my pasture is clear of any obstacles, just in case the horses don't see them if they're under the snow. I don't want them tripping over them or anything like that. So I just go through and pick up all of the ground poles, any kind of obstacles, any jumps I've got out in the pasture or anything that we've been working on. I just want it completely empty. Another pre-storm ritual, or really anytime that the temperatures are going to fluctuate a lot and I want to make sure my horses stay hydrated, I use this Gallagher's water. You just add it to about 5 gallons of water in a bucket and the horses love it. They gobble it right up, so I just want to make sure that they keep hydrated throughout the storm. I also feed them soaked feed I do that anyway, but just make sure they get some good hydration in them. So here I am feeding them before the storm comes in. Have a habit of every time I feed my horses, I clean their feet. It's just a thing I do. So twice a day, my horses get their feet cleaned. But when the snow and the ice start coming in, I try and keep them as clean as possible. They are barefoot, so they don't pack in a lot of snow and ice, but I just want to make sure that there's not a risk of them slipping in the ice and snow. So I just make sure and keep their feet clean and clean them as often as possible. Time to fill up hay bags to hang in the stalls. I typically keep hay in the hay hut throughout the winter and fall, but I kind of want to keep the horses under the enclosure as much as possible while the nasty weather's coming in. So I'm going to fill up some hay bags and hang them in the stalls for them so they've got something to munch on. Also like to keep hay pretty much in front of them 24/7, make sure that they're eating all the time. That keeps them warm, like I said before, but it's also just really good for their gut health. Make sure they don't get upset tummies. After I have fed the boys their dinner, put them in their blankets for the evening, they get some little after dinner snacks, just 2 treats for everybody, because they're worth it. I'm also going to leave in the ASMR so you can listen to them munch on their treats. next day, as the storm really starts to come in, you can kind of hear the ice coming down. This is the hay hut that I had mentioned earlier in the video. I'm just going to throw some bales of hay in there. I typically have a big round bale of hay that I keep in there, but they've already eaten that down. And like I said, I do want to make sure that they've got hay just about everywhere in front of them, everywhere they turn around. I want them to keep eating. Bit of some tractor action as my husband preemptively scrapes the driveway, trying to keep the ice and the snow at bay. About this time that I realized that my hose was frozen, so I brought him in for a little warm bath to thaw him out, because you know, if they're cold, no, that's not how it goes. If you're cold, they're cold. Bring them in. And speaking of water, here is my smaller heated water bucket. I keep this and a larger trough so that they can have options between heated and unheated water. And here we go, full storm mode. We've got ice and snow coming down, but the boys are all toasty warm in their blankets. They've got hay in their hay hut. They've got hay in the stall. They've got heated water, unheated water. So the only thing that's left to do is play in the snow, I guess. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this video and preparing for this winter storm with me. I hope right now you're sitting in warm climates where you're actually able to ride your horse. Countdown to spring is coming. It's just around the corner. I know it is.